okay? You already know. It rained yesterday anyway, but there's still dew on the ground. So really, there's water if they want to. I'm just spoiling them now. Lucky. Must be 8 o'clock. Chow time. Mm. Hmm. Chow time. Oh, morning, Dad. Morning, Mr. Dun Dun Dun. Dun 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 Dun. Dun 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 Dun. Dun 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 Dun. The legendary algebra, also Pisces. His music was just so beautiful and so calming and so full of love. You would think someone like that would never get angry, right? Pisces. We laughed about that on one of those, as you call it, side conversations that we had when the mic wasn't on. Because unlike some people, I don't like to blindside people with questions. I mean, it's not that my questions are scripted. I would have some questions that you want to write. I mean, you want to come in professional, right? Uh, but I'm not the TMZ type, so to speak. I'm not the Oprah Winfrey asking a question that Michael Jackson says don't ask, but she asked it anyway because Oprah's a bitch like that. Because some people, they do what they do for pay. Good morning, baby. Morning, Mr. Mockingbird or Mrs. Mockingbird. Hey, honey. Uh, every interview I ever had, people appreciated it and said thank you. This is one of the best, if not the best interview I've ever had. Because I took it personal. I wanted to ask them something that, well, I wasn't just a regular random radio announcer. I'm not a regular random anybody, and that's the thing, that's the problem. I'm not regular, and I'm not random. But I do realize, and I think I said it earlier uh, the other day, it's something about these water moons, okay? Scorpio moon, Cancer moon. Yesterday was a Pisces moon. I'm a Pisces sun. Water does affect me. Anyway, then you have Indiana Jones and the temple or the kingdom or whatever that was. When I want to know everything. Yeah, she did. She want to know everything. The little grave robber, the little thief. Some people explore caves for knowledge, and some people explore to steal. Some people fight for freedom, and some people fight to steal. An unjustified war, like unjustified humans and their causes for greed, are never good. And then you turn around and say, may God be with us. But why would God be with you? But yesterday, you saw the side of me that my husband used to say, call me. He was the first one to start doing it, calling me his old weather witch. It really, I never really noticed it before because I think it's just stuff, you do all your life, so you don't really notice it till somebody else notices it for you, right? And we were going through some things in Atlanta, and there were these people. We had some neighbors. It's always some neighbors. We had some neighbors that you can kind of, you can, at least I can anyway, you can kind of feel when there's some very some I'm just up early in the morning. Okay, I'm looking at the strawberries. I know it rained yesterday, but yesterday is yesterday, and my babies look like my poor little blackberry. The sun be cooking off. Babies, I got something for you this week. I'm spoiling my birds again. Probably starting something that I probably shouldn't do. But as the lady at the Dollar Tree said, you got some special birds. I think all birds are special, honestly, but I do. She's right. They, once you feed them and you give them water, it's like they can fly. They can get water, and you still got dew on the trees anyway, and leaves anyway. So I really don't need to do it like I did constantly because the bees and the whatever, there's still nectar and stuff like that. But the birds are up in the air, and I said, "Mommy, we up in the air." They still act like a little kid, and with a hydrant, kid in the summertime, like water, water, please. Oops. Somebody's, am I Asian? No. Well, no, no. My first, my honorary godparents were Asian. That's why I have an affinity. I have an affinity for Asian culture. I always have. I always have. I have an affinity for Japanese cuisine and Chinese food. It's funny and not funny how if you call a Japanese Chinese, you call it Chinese and a Japanese, oh, they will so side eye you. And if you call either one of them Korean, they will correct you. Like, it's the racism thing I don't really get. I still don't. I'm 70 years old, and that's still like just. I find it more and more in a world that's supposed to be evolving how backwards we can be. And people wondering how, with so much intellect and evolution, why is the world in such trouble? And all, well, you have a liquor store and a church on every corner, almost of every street. in the United States. And the United States is the most wicked of the wicked. And that's sad. And that's not saying that other countries aren't wicked too. But if we're supposed to be leading the way, how are we doing that? Reminding you, it's always with this fool, the rise of the KKK. You start to do that again. But reminding you that's not new. You always have a dumb man who lead other dumb men. And then you have a bunch of dummies who get wiped out and the war starts all over again. And you find out that nobody learns nothing and they all die again. And they come back and do the same damn thing. So I guess the way they got, well, that's why we're immortal. I'll never die, but you always do. You don't watch the Twilight Zone enough. And this is the Twilight Zone, actually. It's just the Twilight Zone over and over again with the rise of Hitler. What was it? He lives, and he killed a good person too, which, the guy knew, that the Jewish guy knew, and that was in black and white. Rod Serling was telling people. Rod Serling put it all in your face. That's one thing I will say about Hollywood, okay? They put it all in your face, but people don't know what they watch. That's why it's the same with the Bible. You read the Bible, but you don't know what you're taught. And it depends on who's teaching you, because I've seen what happens in these seminary schools. You might have a few good men go in, but they spend all that money to come out and act like, a whole bunch of robe-wearing fools. You gotta dance, you gotta do, you hoo, hoo, and ha, and hoo. That's entertainment. That's entertainment. Have you ever noticed, have you ever paid attention to funerals? See, I told you I'm a different type of kid. But have you ever paid attention to funerals and really pay attention to this? I'm trying not to curse so much this morning because the storm and everything yesterday. Not that I'm apologizing for it, okay? But I realized that I really got some people now, especially the new people, who moved into, which looks like the same old people too, because some of the people that were messing with the old people who lived in the house are messing with the new people too. I don't know what it's about. It's that same green car and the girl with the red hair. Like, you think I don't be paying attention, but I be paying attention to everything. And I don't know what the setup can be. But I keep telling you, you know what? Y'all keep saying, I'm going to send the police. I'm going to send the FBI. I'm going to send, they're already watching me. And the warning to you was, if they're watching me and you're doing stupid shit, then they're watching you. Did it ever occur to you why all eyes really are on me? Why would I lie to you? Would I lie to you? Oh, would I, baby? And YouTube is just really, I readily can see that YouTube is on some influencers' nuts. Well, I guess it's the money. It's this money thing. Rich people support rich people. Crack addict supports the crack coach or whatever it be. And I mean, I've seen some of the most dastardly stuff on YouTube. Like, what is pornography to you? Because I'm looking at pornography all the time. What are the guidelines? Child endangerment. Child endangerment. So you mean to tell me that you can see, like, you can see these little kids doing like little, like, it's weird. They have very funny guidelines that you can have a kid doing a very sexual dance, but if it's this and it got to be like this and this, no, but you mean but a joke, that is child endangerment to you. The stuff I see, the stuff I hear. YouTube, I would say YouTube's confused, but YouTube is purposely confused. YouTube is about the money. So I'm taking it personally. Oh, okay, all right. So now all the people, we gotta watch her. We gotta watch her and flag me. I told you I'm not making any money on YouTube. So bitch, if you want to take this shit away from me, there are other sites I can go to and do what I do. But it just makes no sense today. It just makes no sense today for people to be just as confused and dastardly and wicked about money the way you are. That's sad for you. I did a post, community post. You need to watch that, which I said, like a broom to the footprints. That's what God and Goddess will do. That's why you had Noah's Ark, and that's why you had Sodom and Gomorrah. That's why you had those stories for you. It gave you a clue. Now, some people want to follow these stories, they say, to the limit. I've read the Bible to and fro 100 times. Oh, there goes the white things. El Nino. No, more the line out. A reminder, we're going to be in our Arcturian voice today, aren't we? Yes, mother. First off, stay focused. Yes, ma'am. You were talking about when you were in Atlanta and your husband had called you a weather witch and what had happened. Because some weird people, one particular person I didn't know, but the whole family was weird. Islanders. And it's like every time my husband started making friends. That's what my husband would do because we both like that. We both had have that energy that we would just make friends with people, and he would always like to make he would always help people. He would always like to talk to kids. He always liked to. He loved being a coach. Like, I remember one time when he was like he just dabbled. He didn't make a big deal about it. Like, he would like sometimes coach some little league stuff once in a while, or coach some basketball, or coach some football. He didn't do it like regularly per se. But he was always helping. He was yeah. Rangers lead the way. Well, he fed the Rangers. He fed the MPs, but he was in the military. Okay, he had his red beret too. So yeah, I guess he was a Ranger. He had the red beret. Child, your daddy had a red beret, maroon beret to you. Your husband had a maroon beret. It's things like that are common with me, and yet I don't pay that much attention to it. But that maroon beret means something. My husband was a beast and shot dead in the streets. No justice, no peace. Where's the peace for me? So, with all that being said, somebody thought that I would make an easy target. She needs PTSD. We're going to put some psychological warfare mess on her. But I told you, even when I was pledged in the Zeta Phi Beta sorority, once again, something too easy for me. When I took my line over, I was I wasn't the dean of pledges, but I was the basilisk at the time, far chapter, and big sister too. But I just like I didn't spank. I've seen people get slapped. I've seen people I didn't know that they really fed us cat food. It's a good thing. I did not know. I do know that on my line in particular, they had to call in the grad chapter to take us over during the night before it was Hell Week, and the night before the Thursday, like you go over on that Friday or that Friday night, and that Thursday, they because they were really because we overheard our big sisters. Mind you, there were more of us than big sisters. There was still like 12 of us, or was it 13? I forgot. We were called Sybil, and I was number three. Three is always the start number for me. We're doing synchronicities and numerology again. You'll get it in a minute. What is today anyway? Today is the 6th. May the 6th be with you. So it's 7-6. That's already 13. 2026 is 1. And then so it's 14. 5. May the 5th and the 6th be with you, and 5 and 6 is 11. Anyway, but they had to call in our grad chapter at the end, near the end of our line, because we had already heard what they were planning on doing to us, and we'd already, mind you, I'm still mad because my big sister, I wasn't even a sister yet. We were in Hell Week, so we hadn't officially gone over yet. But that was when I found out. My husband called me. Like, why are you dropping? He knew he was my husband, my first husband to be. He wasn't my husband yet. We went to the same. We went to Fayetteville State. No, actually, he didn't go to Fayetteville State. He went to Methodist. He hung around Fayetteville State. You would think that was odd when I think about it too. This was the Blackwells. If you're in this area of Blackwell Real Estate, Gloria Blackwell, her son, Blackwell, that was kin to the Dawsons, H.L. Dawson, those people, the Dawsons, that the one the Mason brother who had his hand on my mama's knee at my daddy's funeral at the gravesite, and I'm getting ready to like go off right at the grave at the family car, like, oh, I'm getting ready to throw down, and like, your mama's grieving, you chill, you let this be, you'll handle it calmly. See, I know how to calm things down, but that resonated with me. It's all this stuff is and notice and remember how I told you the Charles Waddell Chestnuts, but this wasn't it. It might be, but the sheriff of his youth, that Charles Waddell Chestnut story. The sheriff, no, the sheriff, the wife of my youth. That's what it is, the wife of my youth. I told you about the first. sheriff, the first black sheriff in Fayetteville, actually passed as white. And he kept his dark family up in the attic, right? And he had his, he had his light white family that, he used. He was a widower, but he wasn't a widower because his dark wife and his darky kids were up in the attic. How did I know? Blackwell, my first husband, my first boyfriend, the first one I lost my virginity to in college. It's God's plan is crazy. But this is all the truth. I can tell this. So for those of you who wish I would have to mention all this stuff, nah. God making sure she's going to remember everything. She is a little walking museum in history. Let your MAGA mofo just go ahead and wipe the history away. You going to wipe me away too, sir? Are you though? Are you? God and Goddesses, let's play. Saw how that heat was happening around July 4th and everything, and how a lot of stuff was shutting down, and you thought you could rule stuff. Like I told people, if you so much, why don't you shut the weather up? You tell me to shut up, shut the weather up. God and Goddesses telling all you immortals and all you master witches and warlocks and bad Eastern Stars and Masons. There are some bad Eastern Stars and Masons. There are greedy people everywhere. There are wicked people everywhere. There are Satanists everywhere. There are saboteurs everywhere. Birdies flying by. But guess what? God's everywhere too. Before you, there was God. Before everybody, there was God. And that's why I say, as far as the devil, well, the devil is probably before all of you too. But reminding you once again, the devil is beneath me. And that I always knew, my friend, just like Adam. You are a man and you are an angel who fell. I am above you all. If I want to, I can send you all to hell in my own type of way. We all have mystical powers, okay? But don't be scared of me. I just be channeling the weather. But as my husband used to say, uh, you're a little weather witch, because he would talk to this kid, but for some reason I started noticing that he started smoking more too, and he was trying to get out of. My husband would drink and smoke, and I was like, you know what? I know radio and all this and that and all this stuff is like just weird. We're battling through this, but something's getting worse here. I don't know if that kid's affecting you or you're affecting kid, because you already feel some energy around the family. And the grandmother who wouldn't say anything, but because, automatically I kind of like gravitate, to old people and try to respect old people. I know, hey baby, hey honey, hey, tweet, 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 tweet. Bird conversations. Birds have memories too. Birds are, is evolution possible? Well, why don't you ask birds? They're part dragon. Real talk, check it out. Just like, you want to talk about snakes, but you forgot every embryo in the human race starts out almost the same way as a snake. Yes? What does that mean? I don't know. But maybe some of you missed a whole story about the Garden of Eden so long ago. The tree of knowledge, reminding you, more than gold, more than silver and gold, knowledge is a gift. Diamond and gold are just rocks made valuable by mere mortals and humans and inhumane capitalists who have killed things for Africa, who've gone on for Africa. That's why I could never understand. You talk about blood diamonds, but you wear blood diamonds all the time. What about the blood on the red bottom shoes? You don't mind because that's a trend for you, but you don't understand that they literally speak of the blood that they spilled, and the gold and the silver and the money that they make. You can just make money. It's just paper. You cut down trees every day. Why are we in a deficit? Because somebody's programmed you to be that way. But I know I'm probably saying so much stuff, and that's why they want to kill me today. And I really don't feel like that was so cool that, like, wow. I mean, you know what? I wasn't born to fool, but because I knew too much. They really do want to kill people who know too much. They don't like truth tellers. Who doesn't like truth tellers? The people who programmed you into the lies. These are the same ones that say I'm crazy. The same ones that are telling you I'm losing my mind. The same ones that if you research, and I've been saying this the whole time, you can just pick up a book and research it, but most of you can't read, like most of the people online. But YouTube has a problem with me. And then they talk about these little fickle little guidelines. So I said, well, fine. Shoot. Okay, I got to go to JAG anyway this week. We'll do our own review too. You want to play hardball? I can play hardball too. I can play hardball in a variety of ways. But last night I kind of had enough. Yesterday I kind of had enough, okay? Because the moon was in Pisces. And I told you something about these watery moons. I told you, like, during the Cancer moon and during the Scorpio moons, maybe I should just, like, not do any readings during water moons because I get a little emotional. But it's okay. But you know what? Don't think it's not good to be emotional. It's good to have feelings. That makes you vulnerable. You want to be vulnerable. You want to have feelings. I told you that time when I was going to kill this program director. No shit. And then once again, God and the angels pulled me out of it. But it's because I was emotional and can feel and still had a heart. I remember used to thinking, how do gang members just go up and shoot people? How people just shoot people that they don't even know or they don't care about? How do you just shoot people for absolutely no reason other than for jealousy? You got the wrong colors. What's the wrong colors now? I mean, I can get the competition thing and all this and all that, and then you fake ass Christians, it's that, oh my God, the worst of the worst of the worst. I don't know which is worse, the gang leader in the streets or the gang banger in the church. Damn, greedy people. Greedy people be seeding greedy people in their pockets too, and they have followers. They have little gang bugaboos. Are you a gang bugaboo too, Christians? You talk about Christian, but you don't even know who your Jesus was because there was no J back in the day. You have killed people in the name of Jesus. You've robbed people in the name of Jesus. You've raped people in the name of Jesus, but you're okay. I'm the one that's not okay. Okay. And then I start feeling some kind of way, and then the storms come through, which gets back to my husband when he and this little boy, I mean, it's like our relationship starting to get worse. We were getting better. The people we were cool until these people moved next door. Like I said, it was a mother, it was her, it was a mother, it was her child, boy, and the grandmother. So, I was dealing with some of my people. So I get some of the naturalists and stuff like that in Atlanta. I hung around naturalist people too. I went to Dr. Sabi's seminar twice. Me and my bestie. Some of you have never been to Dr. Sabi in your life. And look what happened to what's his name, who he still got his little what is that? The little, where they be talking back and forth at each other. But he got his little fame, but then they tried to kill him too. I guess what they were trying to do, you start talking about good stuff and they want to kill you too. You're gonna join the industry. Or what? What are you gonna make me do? Really? Are you gonna make me join the industry? Are you gonna make me bow and take a knee? Are you gonna make me suck somebody's nuts and somebody's ass? Are you gonna make me not be me? I was born to last. I was born to be crass when I needed to. I was born to tell the truth the way I'm supposed to. I was born to be me. The bird is agreeing. The bird is saying, preach, mommy, preach it, mommy. The choir's in town. The birds, that's my congregation. I don't need people congregation. I got nature congregation now. But the world, and reminding you, the world and the earth are two different things. The world is the people and the politics and all this other things. The earth is the grass, the ground, the air, the sun, the whatever. No, the earth is not the sun. The sun is in the sun. But the sun is the sun. The earth is the earth. But the ground, the stuff, what food grows out of, what you walk on, the stability, the foundation, what's under the ground. I love it how people want to put their bunkers under the ground because they think when the big one comes to town, when the big bomb comes to town, they're going to be safe in their bunkers, right? You're closer to the magma and you're closer to the core of the earth. Mother says, yeah, you sit tight. You sit tight with that logic. You're going to blow up the top part of the earth and you're going to be safe in your bunkers and you're going to come out win. You're going to run out of air and then you're going to die. You know what? Never mind. Let's pull these cards because he's about to come by. But I just wanted to not apologize for what I did yesterday, but for some of the people who it might have scared you because of the whole channeling Weather channeling, I do okay, which gets back to what my husband used to say. When he said, because he noticed that at a certain point, whenever I would see him talk to the boy, because I had deemed it on this boy is influencing my husband some kind of way, or the mother who I barely sees. I didn't think it was a grandmother, okay? I didn't think it was a grandmother, but my friends at the herb store and my friends, my holistic friends, I told you I've done the holistic thing. So when somebody on social media, if you need a cord cutting, I don't need the cord cutting rituals. I don't need your oils. I've been there, done that. Maybe you should be coming to me for a cord cutting ritual. Honestly, I'm not trying to get personal with nobody like that, because then the way this seems to be playing out is that same person, you're going to want a cord cutting ritual, and then you're going to want another cord cutting ritual, just like readings. So I don't do personal readings, because that same person is going on another. Can I get a personal reading today? Okay, can I get a personal reading today? Okay, can I get a personal reading today? You couldn't pay me enough money to, to deal with these bitches in any kind of way. Just somebody that wants to keep your attention, okay? They want to keep your attention, and so, and I guess they got money to spend that way. But why all of a sudden did you have so much money and so much envy that you came out of me? Are you that damn sad and jealous and weak? That's a weak bitch move. And so you mad nobody talks to me like that. Well, nobody does to me what you've done to me. Bitch, be glad I haven't found you at your house, and I could and kill everybody in your family, which I could. That's not a threat. That's a promise. But I'm trying to give all respect, because my mother and my father says that you will not do. But is that the geese or a crow? Mm, but it came right on cue. That you will not do. That's why we pulled you out there at Carver's Creek. Said, no, drop them all. Drop them all. Everybody in the industry. I quit my show for about 2 years. Soul School Cafe was my baby, my therapy, okay? I quit everything. I had to cut everybody off in radio and in the record industry. And I like, wait, let me sit back. Parents said sit back, but you didn't believe that was true. But when I was rolling and doing that show, and there were several radio stations I was doing it to, and they knew. And one of them died. Oh, actually, a couple of them have died. A couple people have died. They were starting to drop like flies. And because I didn't jump on the vaccine kick too, I mean, I was the one like, I got my like voting. I got my vaccine. I'm like, no, I got the first concoction. I'm like, nah. I think I'm gonna pass on that thing, but you go ahead and do you. But I saw some of the wickedest commercials came on after that. And I'm like, where is the media going with this? Is that where we're at? You were calling people great, and don't get the MAGA people and the anti-vaxxers all on the same team. They're not. They're not. They're not. They're not. They're not. But they were trying to make that. You were literally getting everything. It was crazy, the separation, the separation and manipulation that was happening. And I was seeing all through. Oh, that is the crows talking right now. When the crows come out, it's about to go down, and they're coming through too. So let me get this card out of the way, and we're gonna go inside. And I'm just putting you on tea about what happened yesterday. If some of y'all saw that and went, damn, girl, there's nothing new for me. But I do realize that I probably put some fear in some people. Like, now everybody, or the new people, like, it's you, bitch. No, no. Well, I don't know. I'm a lot of things. 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 Don't take anything personal. Don't take anything personal. Be immune to others' opinions. Thank you. Heard. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality, their own dream. When you're immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering. There goes my crows. Those water moons, man, the channeling be epic. Water on water on water on water, you know what I mean? Yeah, the funny thing about it is I've got some wicked-ass Scorpios, some wicked-ass Cancers, some wicked-ass Pisces, too, that thought that they would run game on me. How's that working for you? They're There's water everywhere, mommy. We're in the air. There's water on the ground. We're in the air. We're flying by. Come on, come on. You too. You know how baby birds like to. All right. Got. You like that? Good. So, but yeah, but as far as this weather witch thing, so the people, some of my elders was like, that's where I learned how to put ammonia on the windows, like dress down your windows with ammonia and stuff like that. Just start cleaning your house. Hey, honey, right over me, right over me. The crows. Oh, spirit talking, confirmation, Holy Spirit coming through. So clean your window. Three crows. Hey, baby, are you circling my protection? Just like Maleficent. I love crows too. So anyway, I started putting down my, I started washing my windows and washing my windows and washing my windows down with ammonia, right? And so I went out to the front, we had an apartment. And where were we living in then? I think we were living in Clarkston. It's called Clarkston. Still Atlanta. Still Atlanta. Just down the street from All Might. First we were living up the street on the north side, and then we moved and we're on the south side, but the east side. One was close to the Duluth. That wasn't called Clarkston. It was called. It might have been, but no. But it was. I think it was officially called Atlanta, for all practical purpose. But anyway, so I'm rubbing down the windows, okay, and so the grandmother was on the front porch. Now the grandmother who never really talked, because I didn't think the woman could speak. But all of a sudden, as I'm wiping down the windows, I turn around and look at her, and she's looking at me with the most evil, diabolical, hateful look I have ever seen. And she wasn't saying anything, but in my mind, I was there, stop it, stop it, stop it. Like, they do in the chat room when I'm hitting the nail on the head. So that spirit, that's an ancient spirit from the dead. A familiar spirit that I've dealt battle with before. I won then too. Message. So I'm like bugging, because initially, for me at this time, I'm like just really kind of like picking in or honing in on my skills, because as you're growing up with this, my mommy, I just be for real, my mommy didn't keep everything for real. It's like I told you, it's like The Incredibles. Be incredible, but don't be that incredible, because people think you're super weird. Because I was an odd child. I've always been an odd child. I ran out of an odd child, a different type of child, but but weird in a weird, odd way. But you weirdos be on some shit. I'm not a weirdo, okay? Weirdo and weird people, two different things. Ooh, child, weirdos are like gag. Gag. Woo, golly gee. And that's why those who love me in the LGBTQ, all the alphabet people should be okay with me if you're a good person. If you're not a good person, I don't care. I'm telling you, if you think you're gonna scare me, you will be the one that will be scared in the end. Has it occurred to you, my friend? I'm not scared yet. See, I'm not addressing the chat room today. In fact, I'm not addressing the chat room this week. So if you're showing me love, respect. If you're showing respect, respect. If you doing that little dumb shit that you do and you're gonna run me off and so now you're gonna get YouTube to have some fake rules, well then bitch, fuck you. Fuck your mammy. No, mommy, I gotta say this. I know the moon is going to Aries too, my mom. You just the October just Daddy said let her cook. Ruthie, let her cook. She deserves this. She deserves this. Fuck you, fuck your sister, fuck your cat, fuck your dog, fuck your mammy, and fuck your pappy too. Anyway, I have to be the Gracian blackface, man. Y'all need to get out. Y'all on my nutsack. Don't. Why are you all on my nutsack, the lynch mom? Uh, I know, right? So now you got the lich mom number two. So you got the MAGA, you got the racist whiteys. Welcome to white America. Now you want to make it. It's always with this man. They were dead. This man just brings up that energy in you. But remind you, some of you went to jail too. But he's going to support us. He won't even support his own family. So, but you go ahead. You believe that. You believe that while you losing your jobs and your houses and everything too. You go ahead and believe that. I told a couple of my friends, like, let them do what they do because it's going to be just the greatest and the funniest thing when they're out on the soup line too. And then they're going to be wishing for somebody. They're going to be looking at people like me and just, they took my job. Negroes took my job. No, your president took your job. Your Congress took your job. Great white America took your job. And you know the funny thing about it is, oh wow, express your own divinity. All the cards fell out, but we're not taking that now. But this and the bird, I got to take these two. Okay, so we're gonna put this in. Always do your best. Express your own divinity. Look, she's just chilling in her lotus. You don't need the there we go. You don't need the acceptance of others. Listen to this, you stink hoe. Gender not specific. You don't need the acceptance of others. You don't need knowledge or great philosophical concepts. You have the right to be you, and you express your own divinity by being alive and loving yourself and others. And I heard someone, we kill Malcolm X, we can kill you. Really, black people kill Malcolm X too. We kill Martin Luther King, we can kill you. Hello, B. Oh, you got water. You're good. You're doing what you do. There's a B getting nectar. Really, black people killed them too. Jesse Jackson knew. Notice how, they were all on the balcony and then they weren't. You people don't study history the way I do. You don't study history like I study you. But back to the thing with the witchy witch from the islands, old witch magic, old evil island magic. So I had to get with some of my elders and realize, like, oh shit, this is deeper than me right now. I mean, I'm learning this, but it's stuff that really wasn't taught to me completely in my childhood. I mean, by this time, early before then, because I mean, I'm married to my husband at the time, my second husband, the one who had just went to the Gulf War and all this and all that, and and he's going through the alcohol and he's going through his addictions and his generational curses and all of that. So I guess he just, I guess he saw. I guess he resonated with a little kid that he saw. Not a little kid. It wasn't a little kid. The kid was like maybe 15, 16, 17, and he didn't have a man in his life. So I guess, my husband, being my husband, just wanted to like feel that male energy in a role model, right? But instead of changing him, it's like the energy was affecting my husband. I see grandma was an evil bitch, an evil witch. These toxic evil women who they don't like anybody. They don't like themselves. They don't like men. They don't like women. They don't like nothing. That's why she would sit all day by herself. I used to feel so sorry for her because I would used to hear the mother talk trash about her. You could hear between the walls, and I'm like, damn, not much love in that family. And that was it. There wasn't much love in that family. Family tree, generational curses. And I'm telling you, these people who come after me, generational curses. They can't get their own generational curses in check, yet they can spend a check or money to try to target me back because I had the nerve to say no to a hoe. Two hoes, three hoes, four hoes, a family of hoes, a legion of hoes. I didn't bend, I didn't take the knee, I didn't take the this. We gotta try. We gonna make you pay. Our organization, your organization will die in every way. In every way, there are about a million ways you can die. Well, let's just say there are at least five: spiritually, financially, physically, creatively, emotionally, intelligently, and publicly. Only people that like you is like you because you're money and what you used to do. They could give a shit about you now. What happened in Philly? God. If you know, you know what I'm talking about. You know the family I'm talking about too. Yep. I had the nerve to say no to that family. I mean, like I said, t- Tom Cruise might have did whatever he did to Jamie Foxx or Chef, or they might have, you know, and the Hillsong people too. Let's talk about these Christians because they were Christians too. Hillsong, you saw the Hillsong documentaries, but I guess you didn't. But you thought Hillsong went away? No, that energy doesn't go away. That energy is still out there. Okay, they still always try to get people, but you had all of them. You had the Hillsong type energy, so you had the crazy Christians, you had the ratchet ass Hollywood industry, you had the ratchet ass rappers, you had the ratchet ass drug cartel and shit like that. Rock Nation, rock these nuts, ho. Rockefeller and Rockefeller, two different things. And that too, I tried to tell these people, but somebody waved their ass or their tits or their fame or the money in front of people's faces, and everybody is the same thing. I just trying to feed my family. What am I gonna do? And you just have people. You have some rangers who, let's be real about it. You're still a person. Apparently, there are some people in the military or in the CIA or the FBI or wherever it may be. I mean, I know for a fact a ranger that I worked with in radio at D103 was a fucking, well, you know what? But y'all love him because he's a media personality. But did it matter that the high school reporters, mind you, high school reporters, and these were grown ass men, and your favorite DJ was fucking all of them, or should I say favorite DJs? But you don't have a problem with that because that's your favorite DJ. Oh, oh. So your problem with me is what? I mean, your same ranger, your same person was jealous of me because he said I could never be better than him, and I was better than him. He said I could never do production, radio production better than him, and I did radio production better than him. I'm not the master of the super mix. I never called myself that, but I mix my own shows at Soul School Cafe. It's that I don't use mixologists. I do my own show. I put my own show together. And thank you to Michael London who did that. You know, the opening for me. But you know, Michael and I haven't spoken since, you know, we got into a weird argument. He's a Sagittarius, and I was like, you know what, I'm not going to win this with you, so I'm just going to bow out. And he just kept wanting to argue. I'm like, and I said, that's why I can't win with you. So I'm just gonna like, so you say I know everything? I'm like, you, that's what you think. I mean, I'm just saying I can't. So you say I know everything. What I said was I can't argue with you. So you say I know everything. So I said, bye, Felicia. I didn't know that saying bye, Felicia. I don't know what I don't know if bye, Felicia's equivalent of grabbing, you know, because I had another male friend that said, you don't grab your nuts in front of a man. That is like, you don't know what that means? I just think it's funny, but I'm making a point. But anyway, so back to this wicked witch that, like I said, she was talking, she was looking, stop it, stop it, stop it, like they do in the chat room. Okay, stop it, stop it, stop it. When you're hitting on that shit, so I just have a natural ability to do this, and so every time my husband and the little boy would get together, I would just feel some kind of way. I would just sit in my back room, and that's when I think I was starting the beginning working of Soul School Cafe and stuff like that too, or coming up with the idea of what I was going to do, or just sit there and do the music and stuff like that, like I do. And then I would. Something card? No, no. Turtle. Oh, it was a turtle. I didn't realize that was a turtle. That was the first card. Don't take anything personally. Daddy, the turtle. I love turtles. Turtle shells remind me of army helmets. Oh, I didn't see the turtle with the flower. Oh, that was the first one. I didn't notice the turtle. See, I noticed and don't notice. I noticed what the words were saying and all this, but I noticed the water and the turtle and stuff like that. Though. Okay, so that's a cute. But so yeah, I would every time my husband would go outside. Well, it was that every time my husband would go outside to take a smoke break, the little boy would come out too. So I'm like, this old bat is using she's using her bullshit magic through this boy. Rapid fire true. This old bat is working her voodoo witchcraft magic through this young boy. This old heifer, this old witch, is using her evil magic through the minds of a child because the child's mind is not fully developed. But if you suck his dick enough and suck out his mind, you can get him to do whatever. No wonder the person is so damn deviant. Notice how all their children are deviant like them. You couldn't control your wife, so you wanted to dominate me? Bitch, I'll kill all of them. Wherever you go, I know where you live. There's nowhere you can go on this planet that God's not there, and God is too. Yeah. What some of these readers are saying, I fucked up, I fucked up, I fucked up. Yes, you did. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You now got some explaining to do. But you got to carry on, right? You got to see it through. So do I. So every time my husband would go outside and take a smoke break, the little boy would come out. So I would just, sit in my room. Oh my God. Flock of geese. My flock of geese. Good morning, babies. 1, 2, 3. How many, Val? 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think. Anyway. They're coming, so I'm going to go inside, okay? You know how I feel about geese. Geese leads the way. There goes my night bat, my nighthawk, which is not a hawk, but it flies like a bat and it eats the bugs in the sky. Birds. But yeah. But people be doing that. They use children. That's why they love children. That's why they sacrifice children in different types of ways. They use the mind of the weak and the untrained and the not knowledgeable, okay? But I was born different. Very smart girl. She's a very clever girl. Always do your best. Do your best because you want to, not because you have to. I do what I do because I want to, not because I have to. I do my best not because I'm paid to do it, because I make money. Money doesn't make me. Just because you got a fine car and you got fine clothes, you got fine all of that, you still trash. You still trash. Your ass is trash. Your mind is trash. Your whole lineage is trash. If you are the hope and dreams of your lineage, now all your ancestors are kicking your ass. It's not my ancestors kicking your ass at this point. It's whatever good ancestors that you had left that you horribly failed. And you mad and all you can think is getting some tail. Like that's going to help you. How sad. How sad. Let's take this on the inside. And then we're going to call it a day. I would play some music for you, but YouTube is doing these strange things, okay? So you might not get music from me on YouTube again. Well, yeah, you will. I just got to find out. If you're an independent artist, good music, jazz. If you're an independent jazz artist and you would like to get out there, I'll play your music, okay? And if you got some neo-soul stuff like I can rap and do poetry on, I would love that, okay? Just submit it. Money making money, honey. Like money making Mount Vernon earning. Go ahead, Bobby. Go ahead, babies. It's all this stuff. Bye, babies. Bye, birdies. Bye, sweethearts. I'm not going to compete. Bye, my dandelions. Go get that. Go get that nectar, bees. Go get that nectar, because all this getting ready to be chopped away. But that's okay. Give it, you know how nature is. They'll chop this down, and it'll be back in 3 days. Something about resurrected in 3 days. Those of you who have dandelions, you know that it's true. It's like the grass here. You mow that grass, and 3 days later, it's like, I thought we did this. So I used to feel like, oh, they gonna kill the dandelions. Mommy's like, no, they don't. I mean, they did what they had to do. But they grow back. They always do. The roots, baby. It's the roots. It's the roots. It's the roots, not those roots. It's the roots. You can't kill them at the roots. The ground's got them protected. Oops. The ground's got them protected like you're protected by the earth. So, they always grow back. They do. They just rebirth. I guess that's why they call military brats are like dandelions. We come in all kinds of ways. We take the heat. We take a lot of things, but we just rebirth ourselves back, okay? But yeah, every time my husband would take a smoke break, the little kid would come out, and so I'd feel some kind of way. So little whirlwinds would come out every time. After about the third time, after about the third time, my husband coming in because the back door where we got to the apartment's like where my computer was and everything. I'm working on the music, right? Real, so I can see the energy. So after about the third time, he comes straight to me like, "Are you doing this?" Am I doing what? Now, honestly, I'm not trying to do anything. I'm just sitting there trying to listen to my music and do me. I'm not happy about it because I know what's going on and I talked to him about it. But Libra's going to do what Libra's going to do. So I'm like, fuck it, bitch, do you? I would never say that to my husband. Did I ever say that to my husband? I don't know. In a heat of battle, in a heat of argument, you say a lot of things that maybe you wish you had said, or than you wanted to say. Please believe, I don't want anybody to think that I'm apologizing for what I did yesterday, because being that the moon was in Pisces, I meant all of that with my whole heart. And I realized, and I started laughing about that last night too, because talking about saying it with your chest, I said that with some double, triple, quadruple D's. I said that with my whole heart. I meant everything I said yesterday. I take none of that back. I just, I feel some kind of way now if people are scared behind that. I mean, I said fear me, but the only reason you should fear me is if you're evil. If you're evil, then bitch, you better fear me, because it's a lesson for you. But a real narcissist, these narcissists, they don't fear anything. They don't even fear God. They don't believe in God. So I say, go ahead and do you. And yet these are the same people, when this shit hits the fan, and it does every time, they find themselves face down on the ground or ass down on the ground looking up at the sky and like, hey, help me. Help you do what? Remember that warning I gave to you? Remember that second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 20th, 30th, 300 warning I sent to you? Bruh, ma'am, there's nothing else I can do. And it's that too. I just don't understand why people in 2026 that, oh damn, a mosquito's in here, but I can hear it. It's not the mosquitoes that you can hear, it's the mosquitoes that you can't hear. I'm gonna have to utilize this room. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get my utilizer in. As soon as I get off of this, I'm gonna have to get my utilizer in. Trash people. Yeah, but all those warnings, I will readily admit, I never liked the mom and the dad. But I thought I saw a little bit of talent in the children. And I thought I saw some sad eyes too. I said, maybe they need a friend and a real role model. Little did I know that the little deviants were little shits too, just like their parents. Their minds and their souls have already been sucked out. And I don't know if it's true or not, but the little boy already said, we're already dead. You're already dead. That's what you kept saying. That's what you kept saying. We're already dead. It's like Mark, who said, you don't remember in your own poems that you said you fucked everybody. You fucked a dirty hoe in Bangkok or Bangladesh or Asia, or whatever it be. So I already knew you had STD. Why would I ever let you come into me? And you didn't. You going around, I am God. See, that's what happens when you take too much DMT. And then when I realized, okay, now are we really serious about that? That we're really going to start to give our military people DMT to help them with their problems? So you always turn to drugs to solve them. A drug dealer by any other kind is still the drug dealer. Take the little drug dealer off the street, get them hooked, and then kill them, or let them kill each other. It's always been a plan. Meanwhile, the man with the big money, the biggest, the biggest pharmaceutical drug dealer in the whole entire nation. Okay, go ahead. And if I say something about the bread is not good, and when I realize when the birds stop eating the bread, I'm like, oh, because bread doesn't supposed to last in your cabinets for weeks. I got some natural bread. Remember how natural bread used to get, like, it would get mold in like about a week? And I had some bread that, and you started noticing that bread was lasting for 2, 3, 4 weeks at a time. How you doing that? How you doing that? And the birds were like, the birds out at Fort Bragg would eat anything. I mean, they would eat anything. They were eating bread. At one time, they were eating bread. I remember when everything was cool and before the pandemic and stuff like that, and everything was cool. And it was getting worse, though. But then the birds were picking up, too. So I guess everything was starting to become a joke because everything started getting cheaper and cheaper. And you already knew that you were going to kill some people, what you did. So you really started fucking up in the food. And so now you feeding the birds bread, and all of a sudden the birds got diarrhea and they're shitting all over the place. So if you went out to the park and you just saw shit all up on the benches and stuff like that, it was like the bread's giving the birds diarrhea, and then the birds and the geese, because geese are like Mikey. Geese eat anything until they didn't. They were like, nah, we don't want it. Like, give us some bread. Like, nah, we're good. Nah. And the turtles too. Same thing with the turtles. The turtles will eat anything. You can catch a fish. You could catch a fish with bread out there at Fort Bragg, and then all of a sudden the turtles and the fish started going like, nah, that's okay. We're good. Like, you just see bread just stand up in the pond, like, like the turtle will go to it and I'm like, oh wait, that's bread. No, we're good. Nah, don't want it. See, I be paying attention. While y'all be paying attention to porn, I be looking at animals like they are not eating this food. Huh? What's happening here? And the more I started noticing that and started talking about that, the more gang started happening to me. You ain't being gang stalked. Well, I mean, I wasn't calling myself. And then I hear somebody say, oh, she calling me, she texting me. I might have called and texted one to like, what the fuck are we doing here? What is this? They went, oh, this is what it is. Okay, no. So stop calling me. Bitch, I'm not calling you. Nobody calling you. I'm obsessed with you. I tried to put you in your little group and your little music on, and I went, okay, you know what? Fuck all of you. Fuck all of you. When I said all of you, after that conversation with whatever it was, whether it was MIXCLOUD, and I've been rolling with MIXCLOUD for a long time. MIXCLOUD, y'all go. I mean, I love myself some Archangel Michael. I really, really do. But MIXCLOUD and Metatron have always been my 1 and 2. No offense to my Archangel Michael. I mean, 3 like me. But think about it. MIXCLOUD, to some of you, MIXCLOUD, and Metatron. Sodom and Gomorrah, who do you think those 2 angels were? Archangel Michael is a very protecting, law-serving, the law, so to speak, of God. The truth of God. I'm the faith of God. But MIXCLOUD and Metatron, well, what did I say about my Libra moon? Justice. When those 2 come in the room, oh, honey. There's no more talking left to do. The verdict has already been set. The gavel has already been rung. Ain't it right? The court's over for everyone. So y'all go ahead and do your little spiritual court sessions and do whatever it do. But this story between me and those bugaboos, that court is over. That's done. Yup. Toodaloo. Don't look back a lot. You're looking forward. Nah, nah, nah. Wait till I get my money right. Well, you know what? Screw it. YouTube gonna do what it's gonna do. I'm not gonna let YouTube spoil my vibe. I'm gonna check out Rumble. Rumble is an alternative to YouTube, but Rumble reminds me a little bit of Rumble's a little bit TikTokish. Rumble's got some hate. Rumble's got some hateful stuff on Rumble too. I guess you know what? When you can't, well, whatever. It's gonna be what's gonna be. Take what you can and get what you need out of it. It's just an alternative. At the end of the day, it's not about that. It's about what you do with it. It's like TikTok. Sometimes you see me on TikTok. Sometimes you don't. Because it's too much craziness. TikTok witches and stuff like that. Kitchen witches and stuff like that. Kitchen witches with potions and pills and spells. I can teach you how to do. Okay, fine. Teach yourself. So if I get flagged for this, I'll get flagged for this. I don't care. But I hope you guys learned something out of it. But yeah, the yesterday's storm was epic. But I realized that there's going to be so many storms. These storms are getting worse. Which gets back to why I really, and I heard now someone say, she put a curse on us. No, you put the curse on yourself. You put the curse on yourself. You a stupid hoe who refused to believe that you a stupid hoe. You wanted to be an empress. You wanted to be a leader. You wanted to be a teacher. You said, I'm tweaking and you tweaking. Your Simpson stands are tweaking behind you. You threatened the wrong person. You should have mind your business, bitch. That's what you should have done. Now, God and Goddess is going to have some words for you, but it's not going to be words. Everything's getting ready to get snatched. Everything's already been snatched. Your hair been snatched out. Where'd your ends go? And I'm talking about all ends, okay? All ends are going down the hole. All ends are going down that hole. All those people who died behind you, all those people who committed suicide behind you, all those people who ran for their life and you set it up and you put little targets on their head and you sent little hitmen after them too. All the stuff that you did is coming right back to you. That return to sender is a motherfucker, bitch. Why? Because you such a motherfucking bitch too. Gender not specific. You don't say no to me. I said no to you 100 times now. Or maybe 100 billion times now. I don't care if I get flagged for this one. I was going to play something else, but I said it, so you know what. Soul School Cafe, MIXCLOUD and PODOMATIC. Soul School Cafe, MIXCLOUD and PODOMATIC. Go to the link, PODOMATIC or MIXCLOUD, PODOMATIC or MIXCLOUD. Party till the cows come home. I have another one next Monday, a fresh one. For those who can resonate, I know overseas can.
Wanna buy a new car, but the price ain't right.
Why has nothing changed in 2026?
Be a damn sight cheaper, just a good. Start riding the bike.
Ain't that right, J. Cole?
Listen, and making milk out of powder. Yeah, they are. Got the babies crying. Poor baby, they know what that stuff is. Rent's gone up higher. Yes, it is. Got the balance line.
I'm not monetized.
Lord, it's a real
What's the problem, you two? What's the real problem?
Make you wanna run for cover.
What is the problem?
And if you look, you will discover, yeah. Love is the real motherfucker, yeah. Good God.
This might be my last video for a week or 2 weeks or a month.
Good disco. Throw your troubles away.
Catch me on Rumble Friday. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook. I am Val Jones on Facebook. Val Jones to Oracle on Instagram.
Yeah. Like you knew they would.
Val Jones to O on Facebook. The links below.
That don't sound too good.
Links in the description. Links below.
Love's a real motherfucker. It'll make you wanna run for cover, yeah. And if you look, you will discover, yeah. Love's a real motherfucker, yeah.
Why would so many come after one person? How much hate and money to come after one person? Who must I be? Who is she? Who must I be? Who must I be? Collective, do you know who you are? No, the question is, do you know who I am? No, I have no clue who I am. Why don't you tell me? You tell me, readers, who do you think I am? What am I to you? Who am I? And what am I to you? I told you, I'm seeing the hate coming in the chat room, but I'm not paying attention because they're irrelevant to me. I'm not paying attention to any of the haters this week. I'm just smiling and laughing because they already know.
Now it's a real motherfucker.
I've read these hoes up and down and all around. The court's closed. The sentence is done. They're dead. R.I.P. Ain't that fun? Are you having fun yet? Because I am. Get out of here.
Too cold.
Cold-blooded, cold-blooded.
Let me stop here at this gas station. Give me 3 gallons of low lead. Better stop and give me 2 hot dogs and a strawberry.
Bye-bye, dandelions. Oh, they'll be back in 3 days. It's real motherfucker. Anyway, happy Monday. If you like my vibe, like, subscribe, tie the vibe. Your mind just do not be on the money. Like their mind was on the money, and that's why God will take the thing that you covered the most, the very thing that you covered the most. That's exactly what God will take away from you. So you can laugh about my hair, my teeth, my not wig, my natural hair, born by me and my mom and my daddy, my genes. I don't have horse weed from China or real hair from China, you know what I mean? So what else you going to talk to me? Going to talk about my looks and stuff? How's that working for you? How's that Ozempic? How's that gang stock? And how's those strikes? How's that money working for you? How is that money working for you? How is she still able to do what she do? These are the people who literally think that I won't sue them all and have the biggest class act. This will make, there is at least one Italian and one Jewish lawyer that's just waiting to get their hands on this case. So the only thing else you can do is try to kill me, okay? For reminding you, all eyes on me. Thank you. Why y'all stopping outside my door? Well, why are you stopping outside my door? Or if she's busy, we're going to let her wrap up. Okay, thank you. Oh, that's respect. Thank you. That's respect. Solid. Like I said, why you think all eyes are on me? If all eyes on me, you wanted these eyes. You got this attention. You got all the angels and all the God's attention on you. They see what you do. They're like Santa. They know when you've been sleeping. They know where you've been sleeping. They know when you're awake. They know when you've been bad or good. So be good, for goodness sakes. You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Saturn and all the angels are already in town. And it's about to really go down. And we are seeing who are the real clowns. And you will see the baddest in town. Happy Christmas in July. Like, subscribe, tie the vibe. Cashapp, $ValJonesDaO, or PayPal at iamvaljones@gmail.com. What label is this? Don't matter. You two want to find a way to kick me off? Do you, bitch? I'll be on Rumble by the end of the week. Like I said, follow me on my Facebook or Instagram. Yo, lost bitches. Val knows how to pivot. I'm not losing nothing. In fact, that little move just made me stronger. That's what I do. Real soldiers, real anomalies know how to adapt. Always will and always do. I won't, mother. I won't, mother. It's the stuff I could say right now, but mommy says you've said enough. Apologies, they're doing their job. Notice the difference between vibes. Let the vibe lead the way.
Spring honey, say, when you that beat right and sunny, baby. Come on, show some.
Let the vibe lead the way. Find your vibe. Find your vibe today.
Forever, let know you know love's fine on your best.
House flowers.
Set yourself inside Hollywood. The freedom rules, gonna be lovers forever. When the road gets rough, baby, bring them a brighter touch. Now, but you can see it forever. It's a pattern there like a fast step. It's been sunny and cloudy weather. Now, let it rain to you in the pain that you
vibe lead the way, and let your vibe find your tribe today. Peace.